Hey everyone, RGR here and welcome back to a brand new Sims 4 Speedbuild on the channel. Hope you're all doing amazing today and welcome to a new video on the channel. And today we are building some sort of hibachi bistro, like a sushi hibachi bistro or restaurant, whatever you want to call that. Now for those who do not know what is an hibachi cooking style, it's basically the whole thing is that you are sitting on a bar or on a stool, and in front of you there is a chef that knows how to cook, like in that type of cooking style. And the whole thing is that he's creating the meal in front of you, and he's throwing stuff in the air and cutting stuff in front of you and send you a smile or two, and it's really creating some really nice and awesome atmosphere around you. You're probably not gonna go over there alone. It's more like a group activity if you're asking me. Now that's what I tried to create over here in this build, and you will understand in a bit why I mean I tried. Okay, but so that's the whole idea of hibachi cooking style, just for you to know what we are doing over here. And by the way, if you are just want to know a bit more about it, if you're gonna look for it, hibachi in Japanese, and I'm not Japanese, but hibachi in Japanese means a fire bowl or something like that. And the whole idea is the way they are heating the food in front of you. It's on a big plate, and you are sitting like few feet from the chef, and it's really nice and awesome. I think it's like an awesome experience to enjoy. Let me know if you ever been into some sort of a hibachi cooking restaurant or bistro or something like that. I'm really curious to know how many of you've been to one. Actually, fun fact, I never been to one, but my wife been to, and she said it's nice. But actually, I'm really the one who enjoy more to cook in our home, so I probably would have enjoyed it a bit more than she did. But anyway, so that's the whole idea of hibachi cooking, and that's what I tried to create over here in the Sims 4 game. Now, some numbers, just like always, and some information about this build. We are in the Mount Komorebi map, and we are on a 20 by 15 lot. Yes, this is quite small lot, yet the build itself is not that small. Now, I don't remember exactly which one of the EA Game Changers created his build on this lot, so I can understand if some of you are not willing to destroy their builds, because you know you might actually love their build, and it's totally okay. But I had to, because I did try to build this hibachi cooking bistro in a place that kinda looked like a Japanese restaurant now, or Japanese area, because I will not build something like that or inspired by a Japanese design in, I don't know, Oasis Spring or something like that. And by the way, first and foremost, before someone with someone from the audience here will say, no, wait a minute, this is not like Japanese or traditional stuff. This is not a traditional Japanese hibachi cooking restaurant, right? It's not. I don't know why. I just feel that I must say that, otherwise someone will kill me. Anyway, so this build is based on the Japanese style, and if you look around this area, you'll notice that I tried even to create the build itself. The building itself is based on really basically any other builds around the build that we are building over here. Even the pre-made builds that were created by the EA game team or EA creator team, you'll notice that the general design of this build, this house or this building, is kinda like the builds around it. And that's what I tried to do over here. I tried to stick to the original lines and design of the overall neighborhood over here. So on the exterior, that's what I try to do. And right now, by the way, you can see that I'm creating the exterior, and I do throw some garbage and stuff like that. And although one of the things that Japanese, and I know they're really really focused on keeping the areas really clean, they're actually really good at that. I thought about this restaurant to be more like a tourist restaurant or some sort of experience for tourists. So we know tourists are not that great at keeping things clean. So let's imagine that those garbage and trash lying around are from the tourist that visited this place. And you'll see in a bit that I even placed a broom over there, like the employees trying to clean the whole thing. But anyway, we have a lot of things to talk about and I don't have much time. And in a bit, I believe you're gonna see, yes, right now, you can see me placing the sign for this build. Now, for those of you who are curious to know what this sign is, and for those of you who are like noticing that they've seen that sign somewhere before, you are not completely wrong. Now, this sign is a sign that I created in my previous video. I think it's not the previous one, but maybe 2 before that, like 3 weeks ago. I've created the, how I called it? I think it was the Food Truck Festival 2 or number 2, something like that. It was basically the food truck festival that I've created like 1.5 years ago, but I created a sequel for it with 3 brand new trucks. Now, this sign was one of the signs for those trucks. Because if you remember, in that build, I actually said to you that the idea of those trucks is like those trucks belong to builds that I've created previously, and you had over there. I don't want to spoil the whole surprise, but I must if I want to explain the whole idea of the sign over here. So I definitely gonna leave a link for those for that build, also for that food truck festival, for you to check that out yourself if you want, because there you can see exactly how I created that sign. And so definitely go check that out, it's in the description down below. But over there you had 3 trucks. You had one with the sushi sign, one with the pizza sign from the pizzeria that I created how long? I think half a year back. I created a really awesome pizzeria, and over there I had a big giant pizza on top of it, and that was also the sign that I put on the second track. And on the third track we had the burger sign, because I've created also a burger bun or burger drive-through, something like that. I've created so many builds by now, so I don't remember all of them, so please forgive me about that. But if you want to see how I created that sign, you definitely need to go and check out the that build of the food truck festival. So I'll leave a link in the description down below. Definitely really awesome. And I told you back then that those 3 tracks are part of the restaurants that I've created. Like, they are the mobile restaurant of the restaurants that I created. Like back in the days. And there is one restaurant that is probably gonna be a thing in the future. So this one is the restaurant of the sushi truck that I created, that I said it's gonna be a new restaurant in the future. So this one is that restaurant. It's some sort of a sushi hibachi bistro restaurant for you. Okay. Now you can see that I'm playing a lot with chopsticks over there. I did try to create even like a chopstick holder, something like that. It's not like I just tried, I managed to do that. But those are the tiny small things that I always tell you that invest in them and they will create really an awesome atmosphere in your builds, really awesome design and vibe. If you just spend a bit more time and play around with tool mode, especially if you can do that. You cannot do that, of course, if you are playing on consoles, but on PC you definitely can spend that extra time just to really raise the level of your builds with those tiny designs. So yeah. So where was I basically? So we are on a 20 by 15 in Mount Komorebi, and in a bit we're gonna jump into the inside design of this build. And I gotta tell you that I do have some bad news about the inside of this build, because you do know that every time I'm creating something, I'm creating builds that are fully functional. I do not create stuff that are not usable. I think that you know that by now. And believe me, I've tested this build for so long. Like I think I spent over 2 hours testing, not just playing, but testing this build to make sure it will be functional. And I encounter a tiny problem. Now, a bit more on that later on. Ooh, I'm gonna keep you in the dark about this, but don't worry. In a bit, I'm gonna cover it. Now, you probably noticed that there is some sort of a staircase over there leading to a second floor. Now, in that second floor, there is enough space to create your own some sort of I don't know, like a tiny apartment for your sim if you don't want him to every time go back and forth or back and forward or whatever that thing is, like travel all the way to his business every time. So you can create your own space over there. But to be honest, I don't think that you're gonna have really reason to use that after I'll explain you the whole problem with this build. Now, right now, by the way, you can see that I'm creating the Hibachi station itself, and I've been testing it a lot, and we had tiny problem. Now you can see that I scaled down the chef station over there, and after I scaled it down, I even used some signs to create that Hibachi heating plates or whatever that thing is, and on top of them I place some cluttering items and like clutters and use some of the debug items. So many of those items are like ghost items that the Sims can walk through them. They don't clash with them, and that's exactly the problem in this build. I have no idea what's the problem, what went wrong with this build, because I even will show you right now on the screen. I'll put a picture of me testing this thing on a different lot in a different design, basically the first design, which is basically the same, and over there it fully worked. It just worked. The chef managed to create some stuff. You can even see the steams over there, and you can see the waiter or the waitress take the order to the person who ordered it. And I don't know what happened here in this build. The Sims just don't want to go into the chef station to work on it. And it's exactly the same design, exactly the same. Now, furthermore, after I finished creating this build, and you can see that I really tried to create it as neat as possible. I even had an idea in mind to place those tiny blossom of the sakura tree, I believe, or the cherry tree. I wanted to have the wood and the light pink design, something really neat, and the whole idea over here kind of went into the garbage, something like that. Went through the window, if you want, because the Sims don't want to come over here. Like, even if you buy this, the Sims, when you are sending him into this lot, you will receive I don't know if it's gonna happen to you, but I received the error load, like game failed to load 1, 2, 3. Now this is a problem in the game. How do I know that? Because even after I disable all of my mods, which honestly, there are not many of them, but even after I disable all of them and disable all the shades and disable everything, and basically I even started a brand new game, I still received that problem. I still received game failed to load 1, 2, 3. Now, after doing so, I actually sent my sim over here again, and he did go to the log. I saw him over here, but he couldn't do anything over here, and the time, like the clock in the game, kind of went crazy. When you pressed 3 times speed, it was only 1 time speed. If you pressed 1 time speed, it then flew to 3 times speed. It kind of messes the whole thing up, and I really don't have any clue what's going on. But at the end, this build as a restaurant kind of not working, and that is kind of my biggest fail, I believe, because I spent so much time creating this build and doing those, you can see right now, creating those tiny details, and when I did it on a different lot, in a different map with a different sim in a different time, it actually worked. You saw the picture. And I have no idea what's going on. I don't know if it's gonna work for you. I really hope it will. I do not know if it's gonna work for you, but definitely this is something that the Sims is kinda need to fix. It drove me crazy. For 2 hours testing it, every time I tried, the game failed to load, 1, 2, 3, error. It was so frustrating. I really hope it will work for you. Let me know if it will work for you, and if it doesn't, please do me one favor, okay? Look at this build as some sort of an inspiration for you guys to build something amazing, okay? Because if I didn't manage to make this build functional, and yet I spent so much time creating it, I do not want it to be in vain. I want you actually to be able to take something out of it. So take the idea, take the design, take the configuration of the stuff, take something out of it, and do manage to create your own design, maybe after this one. Now, you know, there is probably one way to save this build, maybe to transfer it from restaurant to a bar and just place some sort of a tiny bar over here or something like that, and then it will work not as a restaurant but maybe as a bar. But I really wanted it to be some sort of a Hibachi Bistro restaurant that is working, because it can be, and I have no idea what went wrong over here. I hope that the Sims team will fix what is it? It's Dine Out, I believe, Dine Out game pack that they need to fix over here. I really hope that they will do it. So let me know if it's working for you, if it's not. But again, do try to take something good from this build, even if it's not working for you. Now, right now you can see that I'm creating the second hibachi cooking station, which is only cosmetic, because you don't have even the chef station on it. And to be honest, it might like work if I place another hibachi cooking station over there, but because the whole problem with the game failed to load, I just decided that I don't want to even try and create it. So yeah, but you know what, I have some other thing that I want to cover with you in this video. I'm really curious to know and to hear your opinion, because I've watched the community respond to the latest news of The Sims in the Twitter. They tweeted a new picture of like two Sims are having fun in some sort of a celebration, and in that picture they are saying that we might expect some new stuff coming into the game. Now, many people believe that it is something related to weddings and stuff like that. I have to say that I agree with that. Honestly, if you look closely to the picture, you might even notice some tiny symbols like spreading all across the confetti that's dropping on those two Sims, and in there you can see those symbols that there are some like intertwining rings and some wedding cakes and some other stuff. One thing over there is like a mask, so I said maybe there is some sort of a like bachelor party coming with it. It's another thing like you can celebrate, but I highly doubt it that this is the case over here, because The Sims, with the years passing, they're trying to become a bit more like a teenager game, which they are really not. As long as they have the whole woohooing stuff, it's not really a teenager's game. But maybe a bachelorette party thing is coming with that pack. Now, it is a game pack, and many people believe that we are not gonna see any stuff pack coming out soon or even ever. Let me know what do you think, because people are really, I see that the community is kind of split between kits and the fact that they don't like kits, and the fact that they do want to see stuff packs. So let me know what do you think about it. And last but not least, one thing that I want to let you know, that I kind of reopened my Instagram account for the channel. So it will be amazing if you go over there and follow me over there, because I noticed lately that YouTube does not really promote the videos even to subscribers, and you're not getting the notifications, and people getting the notifications just like, I don't know, half a month after the build is out. So go over there, follow me over there, and you will be able to, first of all, communicate with me if you want to support me over there also, and you will get the notification for a new video every time I will publish a new video on YouTube. Also, maybe I will share some other stuff over there over the upcoming year, because we are probably gonna start streaming, so yeah, a lot of things, and my Instagram account is now open, so go over there and give me a follow. So in a bit the tour is gonna start, so don't run anywhere, and if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new here, if you want to see more builds just like this, or check out some previous builds of mine. They are also cool. And until the next time, keep that scene spotting going for me, because Architect is signing out.